track review.
Hi everyone, Anthony Fantano here, the internet's sweatiest music nerd. And it's time for track reviews, where we talk about the latest in rock pop of the independent persuasion. The track that I'm going to be talking about in this review is from a new duo by the name of Foxygen. They are dropping a brand new debut EP on Jaguar later this year in July 24th. It's titled Take the Kids Off Broadway. Foxygen is basically the songwriting duo of Sam France and Jonathan Rado, and the multi-talented Richard Swift actually mixed quite a few tracks off of their forthcoming EP. If you're into him, you should also check these guys out, vice versa, because they do have some similarities in their styles. Now, the first track the label Jaguar has thrown out there from this EP is Make It Known, and it was really love at first listen. I'm being serious. First listen to it, first time, love. All the influences informing this track were just so familiar and have hit it big with me in the past. These guys definitely have an art rock, an art pop, an experimental rock sensibility like the Velvet Underground, but their production on this EP, despite the fact that it's a little lo-fi, it's a little muddy, is very refined and detailed, and at some points a bit overblown in a really fun, kind of bombastic way, like a Kinks record. But there's also that kind of Rolling Stones bravado, that Mick Jagger swagger. And I'm sure you could also liken some of the music on this EP to Neil Diamond, just some singer-songwriter music that is very dramatic and nicely arranged. These guys really load on the instrumentation, from piano to organ and synthesizer to horns to really wacky and kooky background vocals that range from being choral and tonal and very beautiful to just noisy and weird. Some drum machine, some hand claps, as well as guitar, drums, bass, all the usual suspects. And like I said, the production here, it's a little muddy, it's a little lo-fi, and has a very kind of vintage quality to it. If, this was not being released this year, I would have assumed this had come from the 60s, which is not surprising considering Richard Swift was in on the mixing process of this EP. He too has an ear for recreating old style recordings. Now, what's nice about this track? Lots of change, lots of variation. The song opens up with these really moody keyboards and this kind of seedy vocal melody that has this splash of reverb on it that really reminds me of like a Doors record. Some upbeat drums start popping in, and the song really begins to rock, and the vocal delivery builds up with the extra instrumentation and really starts delivering vocals in a very Mick Jagger type style. The lyrics play this very confessional role about one's father. The hook eventually comes up and just explodes. But I'm willing to change. Really dramatic. Really nice stuff. The track goes back into a verse, but these guys start changing the instrumentation up a little bit, adding more detail so the song does not feel the same as it did in the beginning. What I especially love is toward the end of the track, the band takes the hook that pops up in the middle, they revamp the lyrics, they change the instrumentation, and for the final bow, they throw in lots of horns, and it turns kind of jazzy. It really feels like a stage show, like the Rockettes are dancing out in front of everybody and kicking their legs in unison as the song comes to a close. In a way, these guys really remind me of Ariel Pink in that they're taking all of these older sounds and mutating them into something that's just really weird, but also accessible. So between the messy yet detailed and very interesting production, the catchy songwriting, the fun melodies, the nice references to rock and roll's biggest names, and the new, youthful, and weird energy that they're putting into the sounds that influence them, this track is just fantastic. I love it. So take a listen to it. Let me know what you think. Did you guys enjoy it? Did you hate it? And yeah, why? Let me know. Foxygen, hoping to review this EP when it finally drops. Forever. Foxygen, forever.